Alright, today we have a 2008 Dodge Ram Hemi 5.7. 8th digit is a number 2. Huge price difference in the fuel pump. This is the short bed. So first thing we're going to do is that we're going to jack it up. Put the jack stands on the tubings on the differential. So put it on opposite ends and then just keep your jack right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and use a stepping stool and a little grocery basket that you can get from your local shopping center. And what I'm going to do with these guys as I drop down the tank is I'm going to use the stepping stool and then the basket as a support. So in the meantime, if I can take out the fuel pump, if I need to move these guys out the way, I can use my knees to bring it up or lower it, because I'm not gonna take off the bed and do this. I'm gonna show you how to do it from under the car.
Okay, so first thing, we're gonna take off the drive shaft. If you didn't lift up the car at all, just go ahead and push on the emergency brake since I have it lifted. Or if you're gonna be at a hill, just make sure that the emergency brakes are on, just as a backup. So these are 15mm bolts. Alright, so we got the drive shaft off. Just kind of push it over to the side. Be right there. Make sure if these have Loctite on it, you go ahead and do it back to the factory settings. So we're gonna do blue Loctite on this one once we install it right back on. Alright, so next thing we're gonna do is take off the straps, but make sure your supports are there. So, and then kind of be careful with this guy. Make sure you keep an eye on it. You could probably, I would just say disconnect this guy. So go ahead and push this pin up. Alright, push it in. So you push that guy in and then pull back. Make sure you don't pull back too much, you might damage it. I think can be fine right there. So if we need to disconnect this wire, we'll disconnect it. Okay, so we're going to be taking off the one that's closest towards the driver's seat, and then the one we're going to leave this guy. We're going to loosen this guy last. So the way how this strap is already loose, and then you just kind of push, kind of turn it at an angle, and wiggle it right out. So let's see, just like that. So you push this one up, and then there should be a little outlet right there, so you can get this guy out the way. And these bolts are 16mm, by the way. And then the way how I'm taking these guys off is I'm using a open wrench. So you can just take those right off like that if you don't have a socket that's deep enough for that. So we're going to go ahead and take off this canister and move it out the way. If you don't want to take out the canister, again, you can just unplug it right here. That's what I'll just do. So just this little clip, I'm going to push down like that. So you push down from right here, and then you pull that back. Kind of spin this hose, but we got enough room for it for play. It's just the wires and then this guy, that hose. That doesn't have enough play. It's too small, so we don't want those to snap in the process. Alright, so we got the tank dropped down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and this little vent tube, I'm going to go ahead and push this clip in. And wiggle it. Let's see. So you want to push in
towards, so you want to push towards it, and then you want to push down on this clip. Okay, so again, once you push in, right here, this inner clip should push out. Okay, so we got that, push out that out the way. And now we're gonna go ahead and pop off this fuel pump cover. Push that to the side. Then we have this retaining clip. So you can use like a flathead to push it out. And then as for the fuel pump, let's see. Made in Mexico, how about that? So I'm gonna get a little clip that I can push this guy in, because I don't want to break the other side. Let's see if I can just use the flathead to pull it out. Yeah. So, and then this guy. Okay, so this is the safety clip right here. And then you're going to go ahead and push behind this. And then just be careful, you're going to have a little gas come out. So I'm going to put this off to the side. Probably right here will work out great. Make sure no debris gets inside. So that works perfect. As for this moment, you want to clean this up as much as possible. So you can blow on it, because you don't want all that debris getting right back inside. Then you have your notches right here. If you want to mark those so they correspond, but I don't need to do that because I already know where they're going to go. And I'm going to hit this tab with a flathead screwdriver. And I'm going to be using a 2.5 pound hammer. It's pretty easy to do that. So. Okay, so we'll hit right here. That's to loosen it. And then I'm going to be using 2.5 pound hammer. And as you're hitting this, all the debris is going to come right up. So you want to kind of blow all this stuff back out. So okay, now that we got that loosened, again, you want to go ahead and blow again one more time so no debris again falls in. So lift this right up. So I'm going to take off this clip right here because kind of noticing I'm putting a lot of stress on this, so I don't want to damage anything. So push this down. Okay. So now we don't have no stress on that. We can go back to dropping down the tank. What I'm probably gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to take out some gas in the meantime, because this is just too much gas. Okay, so right now I'm siphoning the fuel pump or the fuel tank. And the way how you can do this, is just put a hose right there in the fuel tank, and then you're gonna get a container. You just only need a hose, and then basically you just suck out the fluid, not until it gets into your mouth, but right before it gets into your mouth, you'll go ahead and just put the hose right into the other container. It'll have the fluid coming out. It's basically a little gravity feed. As much as you can, and then when you want to stop it, just go ahead and pull it up from the top. Then you want to tilt this on its side so you can try to get most of the fuel out, because you don't want it to pour on you. Pull out the fuel pump. You might want to compress it a little bit so you can get that little extra wiggle room out. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and clean our area before we put in our new seal. So you want to kind of want to work away from the fuel pump. It's all nice and clean. Here's our new O-ring. So when you put this in, you want the floater to go in first. And then you want to compress the top hat, just like that. Let it release, and you'll soak it in. And for this to go in smoothly, I would say you would want this connector pointed towards the fuel pump, or not the fuel pump, the filler neck where you would add gas to. Okay, so you push that down. And then we'll go ahead and put this one right here. And then to tighten this back on, we're just going to go ahead and hit against this. Again with the hammer. And you're just going to keep going until this notch matches up with this notch. Or you can either bottom it out right there, but that's where the notch is going to be, as you can see the paint mark. So that's how you know that is done. So you'll go ahead and lift back up the tank. Guess we'll tighten up the front of the pump first, or the tank. And then we'll go ahead and put on this clip. Make sure you keep pushing until it clips in. Alright, so we'll go ahead and put our connector back. Plug this one. Then next we're going to put back on our drive shaft. Make sure you put the blue Loctite on the bolts. I already tightened down the straps. Alright, so we got the fuel pump already installed, ready to start this. But before you start it, I would suggest you prime up the system. So we'll do this we'll cycle it 3 times. It's 1, 2, 3, and then we'll start it on the 4th one. There you have it. Car's all running. So if this video helped you out, comment below, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe today to get notified on more upcoming videos. And thanks for watching.